What's up, everybody? They finally heard me again. It's like 2 minutes after I started uploading my Fortnite Reload Slow HD. So yeah, I told you in that video I was gonna post Madden or 7. I'm gonna post Madden. What? Never had that before. I do not care. Oh, I'm on spring break. That's why I'm not at school. Okay. I'm gonna be the Bengals versus the Jags. Fun fact, my favorite animals are big cats, and my favorite big cat eats either a tiger or a cheetah.
It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Cincinnati Bengals, and it comes your way next.
Banked by the Ohio River and the city's abundance of hills. We're at Paycor Stadium here in Cincinnati, Ohio. Welcome everybody to the booth. I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Hewitt for this game. And Brock, as a former quarterback, I know your focus is on the offensive side of the ball ahead of this kickoff.
Yeah, these two offenses are so fun to watch because the best offenses in this league, Kate, they're about trust. And it just pops out. When you study them during the week on the game film, you just see it. They trust one another. That's head coach, that's coordinator, that's play caller, that's to the quarterback, and then certainly the 11 on the field. Both these groups are getting it done.
Ready to get this game started. Here's Evan McPherson. And away we go in Cincinnati. Devin Duvernay to return it. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. So here are the Jaguars taking over for the first time on offense. And bringing them out to former #1 overall pick out of Clemson in 2021, Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence has had a remarkable career. Over 50 starts in high school.
One second. I'm gonna change it to All Pro. Oh, this is gonna be hard. I've never played on a pro before.
All the way along. National champion and 3-year starter at Clemson. And regular starter from day one after the first pick in the draft in Jacksonville. The key for Trevor at this level, though, is to do it season in and season out. That's what the greats before him have done. The Bradys, the Mannings, the #1 picks of the past. If you want to become a great and you want to take your game to another level, you got to do it year in and year out.
Yes. Wow. What is happening? What did I do? Did I do something else? No, I didn't. Look at, I didn't do anything to this. And I didn't do anything to this. Watch. It's all 50. Am I on pro? Yeah, I'm on all pro too.
And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Oh my god, he's coming.
And now this defense is on that sack board and sets up a pretty good chance here on 3rd down. It's a little bit like blood in the water with sharks when it comes to taking sacks. You can feel it as a quarterback. Once that defense gets one, they're hungry for another.
And the Bengals bringing out a 5th DB. They're in the nickel, 3rd down. Out of the gun, Lawrence. He's on the move. He'll make a bid for it on the ground.
Are you only one?
You know, that's a situation. May have worked out better if he'd thrown the ball. His running ability gets him a chunk of yards, but still some work to do to get that 1st down.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And the sunlight's not a problem for him. He looks up and makes the fair catch. So here are the Bengals now as they get set for their opening drive. They're led out by the legend over in LSU, the former #1 overall pick in 2020, Joe Burrow.
When Joe Burrow's between the white lines, he's one of the game's best and most entertaining quarterbacks. He just has a cool factor that is the envy of so many. Nothing seems to bother them other than some injuries that unfortunately have ended seasons early. When he's on the field, timing, the anticipation, Kate, the precision with which he plays, he has very few peers.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. First give of the game here to Chase Brown. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Devin Lloyd on the tackle. Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9. Burrow from the gun. Pocket is holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. Back him up and bring up 4th down. Gets this one away from a tough spot, backed up inside the end zone. He takes it in at the 48. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. Nice kick there. It's a punt of 53 yards.
I'm just going to change it back to pro. Because the pressure is crazy.
And it'll be Jaguars football. 1st and 10. It's Lawrence. It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. From the shotgun, Lawrence. Complete. It's Ingram. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line.
You'll often hear it said, in my life experience, it's true, the NFL is a game of matchups, so much more than any level. And these tight ends, we see it time and again, are such a matchup nightmare down the field.
And he'll get them enough for a 1st down.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it.
Wait, I'm going to change something.
Get what you need.
Red on red.
1st down throw, Lawrence. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. Play brought to an end by Logan Wilson.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
On 2nd down, it's Etienne. Escapes a defender. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Hey, Lion!
Etienne again. And he's stopped out at the 16 after a small gain. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
Hey, run!
Lawrence working from the gun. And look at the footwork there. Touchdown! The Jaguars take a 6-0 lead in the 1st quarter. Rush coming off the edge, and they block it! And they'll snuff out that return before it gets too far, so just a block extra points on the play. Now, good news here. This is one kick that can't be blocked as he sends this away. Returning it from the 4. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Bengals all set to go for their 2nd drive. And they haven't gotten their legs under them on offense just yet, Brock. 3 plays and a punt on their opening drive. That throw finds Jamar Chase. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. 1st and 10 now. Here's Burrow. Throw left is intercepted. Picked off by Andre Sisco. And the Jaguars take over after forcing the 1st turnover of this ballgame. Now Lawrence on the play fake. Gets this one into the hands of Christian Kirk. He makes it in for the Jacksonville touchdown. The Jaguars parlay the interception into points. It's a Christian Kirk touchdown. And this one, thankfully, not off the mark. He gets it to go. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period, end of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
Here come the Bengals to take over once again. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
And he pushes it up across the 30 before going out. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Out of the shotgun, Burrow. Short pass brought in.
Nice.
And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. 1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Burrow out of the shotgun. This is hauled in by T. Higgins. And he gets it down to the 35 before stepping out. They have themselves another 1st and 10. To throw again, it's Burrow. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Gun.
Another try following the sack. It's
He
another
picks
first
that
half
off.
mistake.
How?
He's
He
intercepted
dares
again.
jump off.
Foye
Whenever I
overlooking
do
with the
it, they
pick.
can't do that.
Okay, Brock, now back-to-back drives where they have picked him off. That's got to be a worrying trend for these coaches who know how integral the passing game is to their game plan and their success.
Those poker players, the best of them, when they figure out a tell, they know exactly how to beat their opponent. This defense right now, they're reading this quarterback like a book.
23.
Here's 2nd and 7. That pass caught by Strange.
How does he break through?
And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And that's a Jaguar 1st down. They'll try and take an option left side. Oh, he loses the football.
Yes.
Now the Bengals have it. And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover. This is our last play of the quarter. On 1st down, here's Burrow. That winds up incomplete and brings an end to our opening quarter. We will not get another play in here. That's going to do it. Time for our 2nd quarter. It'll be Bengals football to begin. They still have 10 to go here. It's 2nd down. Burrow. And he won't get it there. And breaks it up. That one firmly denied by the man in coverage. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
Here we go.
Looking to throw, Burrow. Finds his man, Chase. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. The stop made that time by the rookie from Florida State. Less than a yard needed here on 4th.
Here we go.
He's keeping it. He's going for it. And he's touched as they pick up that 1st down on 4th.
One thing you cannot say, Kate, about this offense is they're not bold. That was a bold decision, one they trusted the big guys up front, and they moved the sticks.
New slate of downs to approach here from the 40.
Here we go.
1st down, Burrow to throw. Buying some time left. Throwing deep down the left. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
You know, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
And he's there to send that one away incomplete.
I don't fault the look downfield at all. I mean, that was just a situation there where it's a better defensive play than the offense executing.
And that one hits the deck. No fear from them trying to go deep on third down. You love that. Don't love the fact they couldn't connect. Fourth down coming up.
You know, there's not a lot of tight ends who are true weapons this far down the field. And not a lot of cover guys who can match up with them in terms of size. They tried to get it to him in a spot where he could win it, but no connection to...
Oh, brother, it's another interception. Foyer looking with the pick. And the Jaguars get it back after making their third first-half interception. Lawrence now off the play action. That is caught by Brian Thomas Jr.
Oh my God.
Touchdown, Jacksonville! The Jaguars pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Brian Thomas Jr., the touchdown. That one splits the uprights. And the Jaguars push the lead to 20. After seeing his point after blocked, he's got to stay out there and kick it off. This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Out comes the offense for the Bengals. And this drive would be a win if they can just hang on to the football, Brock, coming off those back-to-back turnovers. From the gun, a give to Brown. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And it sets up a Cincinnati first down. A jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line. First down, and they go right back to him. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4.
Well, I'll steal a line from one of my buddies, but I'm going to quote him. Mark Schlereth, two-time Super Bowl winner, says if you want to run the ball, you got to keep running the ball. And that's a perfect example of it. Don't get tired. Don't get mad at gaining 4 yards. It's a run that can set up even more in the run game.
Third down, 1 yard to go. Here's Brown again. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. That's a short gain of 1. And it'll be first down, Bengals.
Here we go, here we go.
They'll run again with Brown. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after looks like a yard gain. Devin Lloyd on the tackle. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Burrow to the air now. Completes this one to Chase. And he works this to the 38 before going down.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you could take a lick at any time.
Oh, giving it to the wide receiver on 3rd and short. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. 5 yards on that play and enough for a new set of downs. We're to the 2-minute warning from the jungle. The Bengals looking for a score before halftime. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34.
Here we go.
Now a shotgun handoff to Brown. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, they shoot the pass to try and bring up 3rd and short via a little more conservative ground call, but it backfired. You know, the defense, they'll look for keys up front. And they fired off the line knowing the run was coming. And boy, they busted it before it could get back to the line.
That's interference. Defense.
He got too aggressive to try and stop that play, and they tag him for pass interference. So the drive continues after that pass interference call. We've got 1st and 10. Here's Burrow. Touchdown, Cincinnati! Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on the football field. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. And they will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. He sure did. Couldn't be a little armchair quarterback after that call. Looked like the defense knew exactly what was coming.
Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Here's Parker Washington with the return. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. The Jaguars send Brian Thomas Jr. ready for another drive on offense. They're getting close to a minute to play, Brock, and they're going to need that time with a long field ahead. The screen pass falls incomplete.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Lawrence trying again on second. He'll get this to Etienne. And he's still looking for the play that sparks the ground game as that one stopped for a loss. They need some extra time to think over 3rd and long. We've got a timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Gotta figure out this 3rd down here.
Hey. Here we go, son. Here we go, son.
They'll give this up the middle to Etienne. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains. The Jaguars in a punt formation. And he wants to hit his second effort just as well as he hit his first. And it ends up a good return for him, up past their own 40. Found some space, ended up with 18 on that return. And it'll be Bengals football. This offense getting one final possession here before halftime.
Yes,
This
Chase.
one taken in by Chase. And he's going to take
No,
this
you're
in.
good.
Touchdown,
Yes,
Cincinnati. The Bengals make it a one-score game before halftime. It's a Jamar Chase touchdown. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Washington now to return. And look at this return. The return manages to get just beyond the 30. 1st and 10, but only time left for maybe a couple of plays here. Looking to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Mike Hilton getting up there for the tackle. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Out of the gun, a give to Etienne. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. Here comes the final play of our first half. It's another rushing play. And he has a decent gain on what's going to be the final play of the half. So it's halftime, and the visiting Jaguars have played themselves to a nice little lead thus far. Now we'll send you south to Orlando for a check-in around the league via Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, what you got for us?
All right, Kate, sit tight. We'll get back to you and Brock in just a moment. But for now, this is our halftime report. With that, the 2 squads are headed out of the tunnel. So let's get you back out to Kay Scott and Brock Hewer.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome you all back for the start of our 3rd quarter. This return starts at the 5. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Get set. Stop.
Burrow from the gun. He puts everything behind this one. He's got it inside the 25. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain. So a massive gain, and all of a sudden we've got 1st and 10 inside the red zone. Brown on the inside give. And he runs into a wall there. Multiple defenders ready to stop him cold at the line. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just times you got to run in the darkness. And when linebackers fill that hole like that right in the middle of the field, he ran right into the darkness and the pain of that linebacker.
Looking end zone, but touchdown denied, knocked away, incomplete.
You know, ball skills are not just a selling point for receivers entering the draft. Teams want defenders, especially in this day and age of the passing game, who can make plays on the ball too, especially on these deeper throws. He doesn't swat that one away. We could be looking at a huge gain. Well, that's not the uniform you want to see almost bringing it in. They are so fortunate to have another shot down here after the near pick.
Butker knocks it through, and that gets them back within 5.
You know, you look at that 3rd down play, looking back, and it really turns into a 3-point play. That's why situational work is so critical. Coaches talk about it all the time. Sure, you love the field goal, but man, they would have loved a touchdown more.
And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. 1st and 10 now from the 30. The Jacksonville offense back on the field now. On 1st and 10, here's Lawrence. That's complete to Ingram along the sideline. And he crosses midfield before going out. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. 1st down throw, Lawrence. Completed over the middle. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the gun, ETN gets it. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
That offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to 1st down. But instead, defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on 3rd and short.
And he's brought down for a loss. Jacksonville in punt formation. Logan Cook, the one to kick it away. Averaging a little under 50 a kick so far, Brock, as he gets away another one. And he can't hurt you with the return if you just kick it out of bounds, right? This one flies out right around the 15-yard line. The Bengals and Joe Burrow all set to take over. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Now Burrow. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete.
You know, I don't fault that look at all, Kate, downfield. It was just an excellent defensive play to deny him the ball and knock it away. That is good on good.
And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
He's loaded another one up. They connect on the deep shot. This is the type of performance a former quarterback just like yourself, Brock, can marvel at. He's carried a great performance through much of this game. Even as the defense adjusted, tried to slow him down, none of it mattered.
I like the way you say that right there, Kate, because these moments the game does slow down. It is so fast on the field for the normal person, but when a QB's in a rhythm like this, the game is slow and he is dicing it.
That was Jamar Chase he was looking for there. And it's going to be 2nd down.
Here we go.
Straight ahead, it's Brown. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains. 1 yard, all that's needed. This is 3rd and inches. A run with Brown. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
You love a huddle? Kate, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there. He's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
That was the perfect play call for that particular situation. Gave him enough to pick up a 1st with some room to spare.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And he found a little room to turn it into a nice gain down to the 6. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
Here we go, here we go.
Going with Brown on the ground. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that first down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it.
And he gets in. Touchdown. The Bengals take a third-quarter lead. So that, Brock, an important score here as they move out in front.
You know, Kate, this is the time of the game where fatigue starts to set in every once in a while. But that right there was a determined-looking drive. They were not going to be denied and able to score and take the lead.
Bengals offense lined up. They're going for two again.
Let's get set.
He's throwing for it. And the conversion is no good as that pass falls incomplete. Okay, Brock, dialing up another two-point call. And remember when your friends didn't have a voicemail and it would just ring and ring and ring? It's still ringing. Falls short again of reaching that end zone.
Yeah, this defense is not doing very good between the 20s or even in the red zone, but they do find a way to rise up. This is always my challenge with being super aggressive, is why give that defense something to feel good about coming off the field after you put 6 on the board.
1st and 10, it's Lawrence. A quick slant caught by Washington. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason. This is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
He fires one deep down the middle. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Brian Thomas Jr., his intended target. And now they'll face a 3rd and 3. Now Lawrence on the play fake. Complete beyond the marker. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stops. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Now we give to ETN running right. And he'll get it up to the 44. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down.
Hey, Ron.
They bring Thomas in motion. 2nd and 6 now. It's taken in by Washington. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I'm sure coach, the play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Here's ETN on 1st down. And he's brought down after a solid gain on what's going to be the final play of the quarter. Just 1 quarter remaining in this one. It's Jaguars football. They trail, but it's still within reach. Second and 6 coming up here.
Hey, easy. Route.
We go right back to ETN. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
That's got to be so frustrating for the runner. You're fighting the good fight. You even rip through a tackle to stay afloat, but the blocking can't buy you enough time or room to even get back to the line of scrimmage.
Down he goes. The Bengals got to him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
I don't think they can get the field goal. Yep.
Punting unit out now. And he's hoping for a well-placed strike. The punt's away, and this one looking good. Angled this one for the sideline. And they were giving him no chance to return this one. It soars over the sideline deep in enemy territory.
On 1, ready?
They're out and set. 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Out of the shotgun, Burrow. They did it! He made the interception! Darnell Savage with the pick. And the Jaguars have some new life in the 4th. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Hey, go. Here we go.
Inside handoff goes to ETN. And he got what he could there, only to the 14. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
Hey, let's go.
Now toss it to ETN. And he tried to find some room outside, but there was nothing there. to the ground, but nothing gained that time, and it brings up 3rd and 7. Trying it right side with Etienne. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, if you notice those guys that love to feed themselves on the field, right? They love to just get more and more. They're hungry for even more. I'll tell you what, that tackle, it prevented something that's going to be a lot bigger, but that back remains hungry.
And this is caught. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. The Jaguars take a 4th quarter lead.
Hey.
Here we go, toss to the left side. And he is hit well behind the line and goes down. They're not able to make much of anything on that 2-point attempt. Returning it from the 4. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. The Bengals and offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Here we go.
From the gun, a give to Brown. And he won't get anything there. Several defenders nearby to hold him up.
On 2, ready?
2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage
Here
here.
we go.
Burrow out of the shotgun. That's complete to Gesicki outright. And he's able to get across the 25 before stepping out. 3rd and 6 for them to figure out now.
Here we go.
He's back to throw. And that's incomplete. He's going to wish he hung on to that pick there, but it's still going to bring up 4th down.
You hear defensive coaches on every practice field we're on preach not giving up the big play, especially at the NFL level. They'll need to stay vigilant because they're definitely going to use that receiver to take the lid off this defense again.
So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Hey, line. No, bring it. Check, Panther.
Out of the gun, Lawrence. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Takes off. Oh, he lost the football. Oh, and they got it back. This play is still live. Only 2 yards on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 8. Looking to throw. Escapes the pocket. And he evades any kind of trouble, but only a short gain to show for it after sliding down. We've reached the 2-minute warning from Cincy. Jaguars with a 5-point lead. Cam Little now in a high-pressure spot. It's on the right hash for this 39-yarder. Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And they're going to grow their lead late, but still a 1-score ball game. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Return coming from the 6. And a good return here as he gets it out past the 35. Good starting field position awaits the Bengals as they get set for 1st and 10. Here he is to throw. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Setting up to pass. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete. Couldn't find Jamar Chase on that throw. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. Here he is to throw. That's caught for the 1st. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. And as they keep going to him, he's now across 200 yards in what's become one of the most productive games he's had so far in his career. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Back to throw. And the 1st down pass sent away by a defender, incomplete.
The ability to track the ball Right, ball skills isn't just knocking it away, and that's a beautiful job there, Kate. The ball skills is also being able to track a ball on a deeper throw like that.
And they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
Here we go.
Throwing now. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. Picked off by Andre Sisco. And the Jaguars make the play that should win them this game. The Jaguars in a good starting spot for this drive. Coming up, 1st and 10. Here's ETN to begin the drive. And they're going to get...
For a sec, I do something.
Still a nice gain, though, up to the 49. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next. ETN again. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. We get a timeout now from the Bengals. That's going to be their first. ETN on 3rd down. And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line. Cincinnati uses its 2nd timeout. The Jaguars kneeling out the rest of this victory. They're going to call their final timeout here. Just 9 seconds to go. A kneel down here, and they can start to celebrate this win. With the win in hand, they'll take the knee, let this clock run out.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So the Jaguars are visitors in this one, but they take home the win. This is the type of game everyone was hoping they'd